Let me start with a simple question. What if we could grow food anywhere, even in the middle of a crowded city, without soil? Imagine rooftops, small apartments or empty urban spaces turning into sources of fresh foods. So this is exactly what hydroponics makes possible. From the science, technology, and society's perspective, technology is not just about innovation. It is about how it shapes human flourishing, or about our ability to live healthy, meaningful, and sustainable lives. It also reminds us that technology is shaped by society, and in return, it shapes how we live. So today we will discuss how hydroponic farming reflects this idea by presenting both the opportunities and the challenges of agricultural technology.
Hydroponic farming was developed to address several key agricultural problems. First, there is limited land, especially in urban areas where space is scarce. Second, traditional farming depends heavily on soil quality, which may already be degraded due to overuse. Third, there is a growing demand for food as the population continues to increase. Hydroponics respond to these challenges by allowing plants to grow using nutrient-rich water instead of the soil. It can be done indoors, vertically, and controlled environments. Because of this, hydroponics expand food productions into places where farming was previously impossible, such as cities, rooftops, and even small indoor spaces.
From the perspective of human flourishing, hydroponics offers several important benefits. First, it improves food production and food security by enabling local food in urban areas. Second, it reduces transportation costs, making food fresher and more accessible to communities. For example, root crops, hydroponic farm can supply vegetable directly to nearby residents. Third, it uses less land and can use water more efficient, supporting environmental sustainability. This shows that technology can expand human capabilities and improve quality of life when used responsibly. In this way, hydroponics support the good life by helping create healthier communities and more resilient food systems.
However, from the STS perspective, we must also examine the technology paradox. Hydroponics solve important problems but also create new challenges. For example, it reduces land use but requires expensive equipment. It increases efficiency but depends heavily on continuous electricity. It produces food locally but may not be accessible to all farmers. This shows that technology is not purely positive or negative. Its impact depends on how it is designed, distributed, and used within society.
There are also important concerns we must consider. Socially, hydroponics may increase inequality if only wealthy individuals or large companies can afford the system. Economically, the high startup cost can limit small farmers from adopting this technology. And environmentally, it depends on electricity may increase energy consumption, especially if non-renewable sources are used. This reflects the idea of development versus de-development. While hydroponics promote development through innovation and productivity, it can also lead to de-development if it creates inequality or environmental harm instead of improving overall well-being.
Looking at the three narratives of technologies, as progress, hydroponics improved food productions and efficiency. As neutral, its impacts depends on how people choose to use and manage it. As source of social problems, it may create inequality and dependence on costly system. From an ethical perspective, we must ask, does hydroponics benefits everyone or only a few? Using the utilitarian perspective, it should benefit the greatest number of people. From a right-based perspective, it should remain accessible to all farmers and communities. From a virtue-based perspective, it should use responsibly, sustainably, and with concern for future generations.
To guide hydroponics toward sustainability and human flourishing, several actions are necessary. So first, develop low-cost and accessible system so small farmers can also benefit. Second, use renewable energy sources to reduce environmental impacts. Third, provide education and training so more people can adopt the technology effectively. Fourth, involve communities in decision making to ensure fair and inclusive development. So in conclusion, hydroponics clearly demonstrates how technological innovation can expand opportunities for food production. However, it also reminds us that technology must be guided by ethical responsibility. In the end, technology should not only increase productivity, it should empower people, promote fairness, and improve the quality of life for everyone. Thank you.